Up. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here, and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Up now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location you know. I'm sorry to have a somewhat negative impression of the company. Up. That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Locksmith Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, safety. They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics, facial recognition, advanced mobility. They even let them walk around during the day. But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database, so they can detect the predator a mile away. Now that being said, no new systems without it. Kinks. The first guy finished this week, but complained about conditions. We switched him over to the night shift, so hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seemed to move around at night, and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. So, while our engineers don't really have an explanation for this, the working theory is that the robots were never given a proper night mode. So when it gets quiet, they think they're in the wrong room, so then they go trying to find where the people are, and in this case, that's your office. So our temporary solution is this. There's a music box over by the prize corner, and it's rigged to be wound up remotely. So just, every once in a while, switch over to the prize corner video feed and wind it up for a few seconds. It doesn't seem to affect all of the animatronics, but it does affect one of them. And as for the rest of them, we have an even easier solution. You see, there may be a minor glitch in the system, something about robots seeing you as a skeleton without his costume on, and wanting to stuff you in a suit. So hey, we've given you an empty tin of locksmith head. You can put it on any time, and leave it on for as long as you want. Toy Hanwil moves slowly at 3 a.m. time, not entering bed. Toy Hanwil only enters left office and trace. If Toy Hanwil spotted, preferably push door button to close left door, 3 seconds to leave left office and trace. Return to show stage. To open left door, don't be scared. Save the door energy in Toy Hanwil and Toy Hanwil moves at 2 a.m. time. Toy Hanwil moving process. CAM 07 next to CAM 05 to Toy Hanwil enters vent, and next is CAM 03, next to CAM 11, next to CAM 01, next to CAM 08. If Toy Hanwil is spotted, push right door button to close right door. A few seconds to leave right office entries to open right door. Handle moving process of CAM 07 and next to CAM 12, next to CAM 13. But this is not moving to CAM 12 to CAM 15. AI movement CAM 15. Unknown idea. CAM 13 next to toy handle enters air vent. Next to CAM 15. It spotted toy handle on left door. Preferably push the left door button to close left door. A few seconds toy handle leaves left office and trace. Eventually anything that wandered in will wander back out. Something else worth mentioning is kind of the modern design of, and even though your hand flashlight can run out of power, the building cannot. But flashes only for flashlights. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, close doors, if spotted animatronic and vent or ceiling vents, put on the Hanwil head if you need to. Keep the music box wound up, piece of cake. Now. Alright, good night. I told you your first night wouldn't be a problem. You're a natural. By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location. We just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them. They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know. The smell. So the company decided to go in a whole new direction and make them super kid-friendly. Those older ones shouldn't be able to walk around, but if they do, the whole Hanwil head trick shall work on them too. So, whatever. Hey, I love those old characters. Did you ever see Maspus? Oh wait, Ba. Oh yeah, Ba. Hey listen, that one was always a bit twitchy. I'm not sure if the Hanwil head trick will work on Maspus. If for some reason he activates during the night and you see him standing at the backstage, you spotted Maspus. Just close right door and few seconds wait to Maspus leave backstage. Those older models would always get disorientated with bright lights. It would cause a system restart or something. Come to think of it, you might want to try that on any room where something undesirable might be. That trick might carry over to the newer models too. One more thing. Don't forget the music box. I'll be honest, I never liked that fucking thing. It was a lot. Thinking, and it can go anywhere. I don't think a Hanwil map will fool it, so just don't forget the music box. Anyway, I'm sure it won't be a problem. Have a good night, and talk to you tomorrow. I told you would not have any problems. This. Up. Did Maskless ever appear in backstage? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. They tried to remake Maskless, you know? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly and put him in kids' coats. To keep the toddlers entertained, you know. The kids these days just can't keep fight hands to themselves. The staff literally had to put Maskless back together after every shift. So they just stopped trying and left him as some take-apart and put back together attraction. Now he's just a mess apart. I think the employees refer to him as Jeff, the hangman. Up. Oh, hey, before I go, I wanted to ease your mind about any rumors you might have heard lately. You might have a local store come and go tell them mean anything. I can personally assure you that, whatever is going on out there, and however tragic it may be, has nothing to do with our establishment. It's just all rumor and speculation. People trying to make a buck. You know. Our guard during the day has reported nothing unusual. And he's on watch from opening till close. Okay, well anyway, hang in there and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello? Hello? Hey there. Nice work. I told you you'd get the hang of it. Okay, so just to update you, there's been somewhat of an investigation going on. We may end up having to close for a few days. I don't know. I want to emphasize though that it's really just a precaution. General Entertainment denies any wrongdoing. These things happen sometimes. It'll all get sorted out in a few days. Just keep an eye on things and I'll keep you posted. Just as a so, try to avoid eye contact with any of the products tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with site facial recognition systems. We are not sure, but the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive towards the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just